Hey guys, welcome to Router 2 Brief. It's Steve. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Just a quick tip. I did videos like this in the past, and I've been asked a lot of questions on this lately, and I'm going to tell you how I completely removed green hair algae from this 125-gallon saltwater aquarium. I never had a problem with green hair algae, and green hair algae looks like seaweed. At the end of this video, I'm going to put links that come up to show you how nasty the tank was. And algae, green hair algae, feeds on phosphates. Everything has phosphates in it. Fish food, if you overfeed your fish, if you don't clean your tank well enough. A lot of people have a phosphate reactor to lower them. You could also feed your fish less. I feed them once every other day, and they're totally fine, and they're plump. But I'm not quite sure how I got the green hair algae, but there were a lot of phosphates in the tank, and everything I used did not do it. Mass water changes didn't fix it. I tried Phosphate RX. It's drops in a bottle about the size of an eyedropper for your eyes, and it's clear liquid. You put so many drops in per gallons of salt water in your aquarium, and then it's supposedly going to break down by removing the phosphates, and the seaweed will break down. Seaweed, yeah, it looks like seaweed. Mine was like 3 to 4 inches long, and it was flowing in the current like hair, and all the rocks. It was all over. It was disgusting. It looked like a swamp. That didn't work. Then you got to reach in. You have to make sure you get all the dead algae out, because if you don't, it's going to multiply rapidly. Okay, so what I did was I got hydrogen peroxide, food grade hydrogen peroxide. I've used it. It didn't affect the fish. It didn't affect the corals. I got 12% hydrogen peroxide from Amazon, and I'm going to put a link in the video description. I did like 10 milliliters, or a cap full, for every 50 gallons. I dosed it with a syringe. I turned off all the power heads, and I used a syringe, and I dosed it on the big trouble areas of algae on the rock. So there's no current, and the hydrogen peroxide just kind of flows on top of the algae, and it dissolves the algae. It bubbles away, and it's gone within 30 seconds. It's awesome, and it stays gone. You don't need to dose with a syringe. I'm going to put some right now in the tank to show you what I do. Again, it does not affect any corals, and it does not affect the fish at all. It does not even affect your refugium. So if you want to get rid of green hair algae, this is what you need to do. I promise you it works. That's it. It's a cap full, and basically it will not hurt the fish. You don't need to dose it with a syringe, although I did. It'll get in the water column. Your corals will close up a little bit. They'll stay closed for maybe a couple days, but they'll come right back open up, no problem at all. I had no issues whatsoever. Don't get any on your skin, because it'll burn like a sunburn. It won't hurt you. Well, it hurts, but it will not hurt you. It just feels like a sunburn, so make sure you wear gloves or just wash it off right away. But again, it will not hurt your fish. So I would do like 1 milliliter per 10 gallons. So like this is 125 gallon plus the sump, probably 150 gallon. So that's like what, 15 milliliters? I would do 12. I would just back off a little bit. It worked great. So basically 1 milliliter for every 10 gallons. A little bit goes a really, really long way, and you will see your green hair algae disappear. It took 1 week, and I went from green swamp hair algae everywhere. It looked like I had a few wigs in my tank to this. And it only took a week, and it's gone. There's no trace of it. I dose this once a week now, just to make sure the water keeps crystal clear, and it works great. So there's my little tip, a link in the video description at the top, in the top comment of where you can get this on Amazon. It works outstanding. I'm not getting paid to say this at all. I'm just letting you know what works 100%. You'll be very happy. And if you don't get rid of it, get yourself a little syringe, and dose the right on top of the green hair algae. It'll bubble up, and I'll also include a video at the end of this video so you can see what it looks like. With that, take care. Thanks for subscribing, and thanks for watching. I'll talk to you guys later. Leave in the comments below if it worked for you, and I know it does because I got a lot of emails from people saying this worked great, and they never had a problem with it coming back. All right, guys, take care.